It is not possible for human beings to talk with Allah except in three forms. From behind a curtain, just as Moses had that conversation with Allah on that tour, and an inspiration directly from Allah, or a wahi coming through the angel. And this wahi is the manifest, the jali, the recorded one. But what is coming as inspiration? That is the second aspect of wahi. And for the prophets, this is also protected. So hadith is, sort of a prayer of that wahi-e-khafi.
Then the other two boxes, one is called laws and injunctions, and then the legal code. I have two questions about that. As far as the laws and injunctions are concerned, are they permanent, or on the contrary, they are changeable? Are they time-bound? Because, as you know, there is a debate going on right now within the Islamic circles, what is permanent and what is changeable. The other is about the legal code. Is this legal code directly revealed, or is it derived from revelation? In other words, is it a human construction that is based on revelation, or is it directly derived from revelation?
You mean Sharia?
Sharia, yes.
What was the first thing?
The first was is it permanent?
It is permanent, and that's actually connected with the finality of the prophethood. These laws were kept changing. The law of Moses was something else. The law of Muhammad is somewhat different. But when humanity reached its puberty regarding this intellect, then the final prophet came, and this is for all time to come. This is final, permanent, and till the end of this world. Now Sharia actually is derived from the Jali Wahi, from Quran, as well as from the Sunnah, not Hadith. Sunnah is the practice of the Prophet, and we have two sources of Sunnah. One is the continuity of the practice of the Muslims. The companions saw the Prophet and followed him, and then the Tabi'een saw the companions and followed them. So this continuity is coming. This is one source, a bigger source of Sunnah. And the other is Hadith. So these are the two permanent sources of Islamic law, Sharia, Quran and Sunnah. But then there was ijtihad. Actually, I have to talk about this subject when I talk tomorrow about the political structure of Islam. So this ijtihad, that is in changing conditions. When we have new problems, then we have to make ijtihad, keeping ourselves within the parameters of Quran and Sunnah. But we have to frame further laws. So Sharia now has this third element also. And that is why we have Hanafi school and Shafi school, because they have their own judgments and ijtihad. And now Quran and Sunnah and ijtihad, they go to make one Sharia.
I have a question. In fact, maybe I have misunderstood about the case of Talim-e-Asma. Now, this Talim-e-Asma is the name of the things which is on earth, or the names of the God? For us to understand God, to know God, because the basic thing that we have been sent to this world is to know God, to have knowledge of God. So to my knowledge, I knew that Allama Asma here means the names of God, rather than being the names of the things on earth.
Yes, brother, actually when I was talking about that, I said that there are more than one explanations of this. So one is which you are presenting. The other is that the asma and names of the prophets to come. That man has something good in him also. Although he will make fasad and there will be bloodshed through this human beings. But you can see there will be Moses, there will be Jesus, there will be Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this is another opinion. But my opinion is the one which I have presented. This is the knowledge of the material world. We know something and name it.
Okay. Is the knowledge of material world different than the asma of God, or attributes of God? When we think, because God, in fact, creates things, and then we know the things.
No, this universe is,
because this is connected with the evolution as well.
Is the shadow of only one name, and that is Khaliq, Al-Mubdi', Al-Badi', that's all. But you know, this universe has so many things that we have to know them and we have to name them. Every science has its own terminology. Unless you know that terminology, you can't understand their science. So I think this terminology and names of things.
First, I'd like to also thank you for your presentation.
Thank you very much.
And now I'd like to follow Ibrahim's question and your answer to Ibrahim's question, which I think fits into some of the things that you said. If the collective we in this world, if we are going the wrong way, to use collective language, which has been emphasized here, if God is not going to and does not intend to intervene, if indeed, as you also said, we only have, again to use a colloquial language, voices in the wilderness who are advising us the other way, and we therefore cannot be at this point optimistic that the civilization's going the wrong way is going to change, then how can we expect the kingdom of God on earth to come about?
When I said God doesn't intervene, I meant from beginning. The beginning has to be from human beings. They have to struggle. God has intervened by sending His prophets, His books, His guidance. That is also intervention. Now it is for the human beings to follow them and to strive to establish the kingdom of heaven on earth, the divine kingdom, the Islamic state. And that is our job. But when we are doing that, Allah will help us, God will help us. So that help will come. But without our own effort and endeavor, it is not going to come. He will not do it for us. We have to start, but then the help will come.
But let me just press a little more, if I may. Again, how can we be optimistic given the present condition of the world that you described? How can we be optimistic that in the human struggle things are going to change? And if I go to the Islamic belief that the final prophet has come, well, then how can we be optimistic that we're going to have other prophets who are going to come to help us? We can't even expect that.
Yes, no new prophet is to come. But we have a concept in Islam of mujaddids, the revivers. And the Prophet said in every century, Allah will send people who will revive Islam and the basic thoughts of Islam and basic teachings of Islam. These are called mujaddids. And they have been coming in every century. So mujaddids will come. And then the divine help will come. And secondly, although we believe that no new prophet is going to come, but Jesus is to come. He has to come again. We believe, just like the Christian brothers, the second coming of Jesus.